Hello everyone, and welcome to my third episode. This is Silphidamus as always, and today I'm going to show you a little tutorial on not just the Protoss, but more about this map specifically. The map's called Desert Oasis, and there's a weird thing about it where there's these huge ravines between the two players' base. And if you want to go melee assault your opponent's base, you have to go down here, go all the way around, walk up here, go up here, up that ramp, over. Yeah, as you can see, it takes a long time for any ground army, even speedlings. So I do play random sometimes, and this time it gave me Protoss, so it's PvP, Protoss versus Protoss, and I'm going with a Void Ray Rush. And Void Rays, if you haven't experienced them yet, and I'm sure most of you have, are the Protoss best units, and they are flying units that can target air or ground, and they have a special ability where they get more powerful the longer they stay on a single target. And right now there's a little thing where once they reach that point, they don't leave it for about 5 seconds until you go, so you can switch targets to somebody else and still have maximum power without having to do the build-up. So they're great against any unit. They one-shot most things nowadays. And so, as you can see, I'm going with a rush here, and they do require a gateway, which is just the Protoss's infantry building spot. And the thing about the Protoss, if you don't know, is everything has to be built around pylons. Like the Zerg, who have creep, pylons are the overlords of the Zerg, of the Protoss. They give them supply and everything. But as you can see right here in this little circle, any Protoss building except for pylons and a nexus have to be built within that circle. And it shows you the field and everything. And you can't build an incomplete one. It has to be a completed pylon. So always make sure to build your pylons first, or else you get stuck like I kind of did, and then everything gets all bunched up. Also, the Protoss have a very cool thing called Chrono Boost, and it costs 25 energy, and it comes from your Nexus, and it's how the Protoss really speed up their economy and their military production, and it basically just increases everything by 50% for 20 seconds. So, put it on your base if you want faster workers, put it on a gateway if you want a faster army, put it on a Stargate if you want a faster aerial attack. So, onto the map itself instead of just the Protoss. The map is perfect for an air attack. And why is that? Because air just has a very short distance to go between the main, whatever base you're at, and whatever wherever your opponent's base is. So any race can really go with a rush here and be pretty well off. So Zerg can go Mutalisks, Terran can go, Banshees, Valkyries, Battlecruisers, whatever, and Protoss can go Void Rays. And it's usually the map you expect here. So a lot of people will plan around that and build a lot of anti-air right here, especially the Terran, because they do that pretty easily. Some of them won't even bother to block their base off. My opponent actually, I guess, thought he could go out faster than me, so he went with a 4-gate idea, which a 4-gate is simply where you build 4 gateways and then train up this little ability, Warp Gate, which makes it so that the gateways can just instantly produce units after a short cooldown. But you can only produce one at a time, and it's a cooldown for that ability. So you can't just pump out, 20 zealots and say rawr. So, and they build up 4 gateways, so then when they have less cooldown, because you only get 1 per, and then it's like a 15-second cooldown or something. So he's building up, actually, I don't know, I thought he might be on 5-gate. So 4 gateways, and he's going to try and pump out a bunch of units to just rush me. So I say, well, I didn't know he was doing that. I didn't scout, I know, but you really don't have time to pull your workers off the line for a scout, and you don't want to waste your resources on a unit. So I just went with a 2-gate here in case I needed to pump out a bunch of units. Did learn Warp Gate as well. And we got our Stargate up, so as soon as we have the resources, we start pumping out Void Rays. There we go. Now Void Rays are expensive, and that's also that's just because of how amazingly powerful they are. But the thing is, even though they're expensive, it only takes 1 or 2 to just obliterate an opponent's base, as we'll see here very shortly. The main thing is they do take a long time, so you're going to want to chrono boost them out, which I think I do here shortly. Maybe, I don't know. But they take a while to come out, and like just chrono boost them out as fast as possible. It's not a bad idea to build a supporting army because they cost so much resources. Building some zealots, unless you fast expanded, because your gas is not going to keep up with your minerals. So you can build some zealots or something just to kind of keep your minerals in line, and that way you're not just sitting there wasting time. Once you do get it out, though, I mean, this one, as you're about to see, this one unit's going to wipe out an entire base. And this is not a bad player. I mean, he did exactly what he was supposed to do for him. I mean, you want to rush to 4 gate and then go. His only problem was this is Desert Oasis, and on this map, you have to plan for air. You have to plan for air. And I've played several people who don't do that, and then they see, oh hey look, his Void Ray started taking out my units in like 2-3 hits, and then realizes I don't have anything that can stop that. He builds 1 or 2 stalkers here, and then I just. But even look, their stalkers are the best anti-air units, and I'm taking them out in 3-4 hits. So, I mean, I barely lost any of my shields. Another thing about Protoss, I should say, I can't believe I forgot that. They have no healing, no repair at all whatsoever. And that's because all Protoss units and buildings have shields. So before they start taking actual damage, they have their shields, which take all the damage, and shields regenerate for them. So they're a little harder to kill flat out, but they don't regenerate any health once they've lost it. And there we go, take out his pylons, he can't produce anything. Just start wrecking havoc on his workers. Once all his workers are dead, go to work on his Nexus. And he gets his Zealot rush. I guess it really wouldn't be a rush at this point. I mean, I got Void Rays out faster than he did, so just saying. Anyway, it's kind of mean. My units go to, start working. They're going to die. I don't really care. I do pull. I mean, I didn't know if he had maybe a second base, which is why he wasn't really worried about it. So I pulled a few of my probes off the line. And I was like, wait, just sending 1 probe is a pretty bad idea. So I sent 2 probes. Actually, no, just 1 probe. He loses sight of it, I think, because it's a bit faster than he is. And it goes and hides behind some minerals. And if you notice, I do have enough for a Nexus if I can't stop him. Like, he did have a second bait. He didn't. So I wasn't really worried at this point. And as you watch Void Rays, I mean, he takes out my stuff, but it doesn't matter. Void Ray, he can't kill my Void Rays, but I can kill his entire army. Chase him to the ends of the earth if I have to. So, there you go. That's Desert Oasis. That's Void Rays. As you can see, they're frustratingly annoying and powerful. And, I mean, any Protoss player is either going to build, if they don't have a Void Ray strategy, they're doing something wrong. So, this is Silphidamus, and I'm signing out.